Every
Good morning.
chat. Guys, I had a wonderful night. So, before we start discussing on the charts, I wanted to, uh, I know we already talked about this checklist, but I just wanted to, sometimes on Sunday, we don't have a lot of time to discuss charts because you start with a lesson and then sometimes the lesson goes way above, beyond 1 hour limit. But I need you guys to start having a checklist every Sunday. Spend some time just outside what I do, markets and the Sunday class, morning dawn, where you can do your own analysis and look at charts and find play. So the things I usually tell you guys on Mondays to look at the CPR. I don't know if anyone, sorry, because it updates for the weekly, it updates every day when the market opens. So if you're seeing a stock is running, market opens, you're seeing a stock is running up, running down. All you need to do is just turn on the CPR and then look, is it above the CPR when the market opens? So this, just before we discuss anything else, so I'll just say the CPR, you want to see if it has a narrow CPR. This one was a good CPR. This is 341, 341, 342. So this is a narrow CPR. Now, if it's a narrow CPR and it's above CPR, this is a virgin CPR. So it's giving you um, two confirmations. So it has a narrow CPR, then it was added on the momentum list. So the list I usually update every Sunday. The key thing you need to do is to find any stock that has been added and is new to momentum, because it means that stock has hit a level the previous week that has made it, or the previous day or whatever, because they usually update it. If I see a new stock that has hit a level, I will tell you guys it's been upgraded. Now, I know I haven't been spending so much time with these Bitcoin stocks, but when you see a stock has been upgraded and it's in the momentum list and it was not there, that becomes a key play, because it means it has hit a level and it has made it be added to a momentum. And I already explained what momentum is. Momentum is where this stock can be trending for days because it fills those gaps. It can be running for days. And even when it's pulling back, it will be a good pullback, especially for those stocks that are the 8 year. So if you see a stock has been added to a momentum list, and check the ATR. What is the daily ATR? What is the weekly ATR? What is the monthly ATR? Then check what was the trend for this stock. Was it previously bearish or was it previously bullish? The other thing you're checking the CPR and the 50% retracement. Okay? Because that's how you get to know a good play and something that will give you good points. So this stock, after it hit 475, it dropped all the way to 307, 307. It dropped all the way to 307. So when you're looking at it, you're saying, okay, this stock is trending today. Why is it trending? You need to go and look, why is it trending? So you will come and see it was previously bearish, and then from that 475 level, 475, it dropped to 307. By just looking at this drop, even without doing the math, you can actually just see this is a good stock to trade. 50% retracement. You draw the way I showed you guys how to draw. You draw from here to here. Would you get the 50%? Or you can do the calculation if you want. So 475 minus 307, whatever you get, divide by 2, you add it to this. If it's giving you good points, that's a stock you should be in. You don't just look at it and say, okay, it's running up. You need immediately go find out why is it running up? Is it a potential play? So here it hit 307, went up. When it pulled back, it created a higher low. So clearly it's something that wants to go up. Then change of character. Have a checklist of these things. First, establish the trend. Okay. Then now you're going to find out why is it going up. When you've established the trend, did it have a confirmation? So if it was bearish, is it pulling back? Or if it was pulling back, is it having a continuation? And do the 50% retracement. It won't take you 15 minutes just to do that. And this one, change of character, it broke the previous. So it came from 352 to 307. Then it went, and the first time, the 3 tries that I talk about. Okay, so here it went to here. So here, this you'll count it as 1 because it was, it rejected it here, here, and here. So this was the first try. Then it had a second try and it broke this level. If you look, it almost had a double top. So the third try, you don't want to miss the third try. Write those checklists. How many times has it attempted to break? Because this change of character is a change of trend. From when it hit 307, you want to know if it's going back up. If it's going back up, it has to break above the previous lower high level. So this is what it did. Okay, when it did, it can attempt the first time, fail. So when it pulled back, you're looking, did it create a higher low? Yes, 307 and 314. 314 is a higher than this, so it created a higher low. Then it attempted the second time. So this was a lower high, you can't count it. The third try, okay, see, it's where it broke it. So now, after it has broken it, the third try is where you get the breakout. So the breakout, you have your 50% retracement, or you have your CPR levels, or now you guys have the 30 levels. Okay, so CPR, for this stock, you also look at the monthly CPR, not just the weekly, because it even broke the weekly levels. Okay, now if you see the monthly CPR, I gave you guys the list of the monthly CPR. So every week, because if this is a month, it means I cannot predict when until it now does this change of character. It means this is, if you see that 339, 340, 340, this is a narrow CPR. So this was in the list of the narrow monthly CPR. If it's rejecting, it's not even touching the support 1. This is what happened. So here from this is October 2nd, the first Monday of the month. So it broke CPR, but rejected. It didn't stay below this 307. It went, support. Then it went to the CPR level, 340. So that's a clear sign that this stock wants to go up. Anytime a stock goes to try the CPR level, and then when it pulls back, it doesn't go to the support, just get in that stock. Get in. All this knowledge, guys, is so that you can sit the 1 hour I say spend on the chart every day. Have this checklist of things you're looking at. You'll always be finding plays every day. You don't need to wait for anyone. Because this monthly CPR list, I did it. I did it for you guys and posted it. So the thing is to look every week. What happened? Did it break above CPR? Is it below CPR? Did it touch S1? Is it rejecting S2? So if it's rejecting S2, then it means it wants to go back up. The minute you're seeing this is a clear indication this stock wants to go up. Then when it pulls back, you have a higher low. Okay, then just look at these CPR levels from 340 to 370, that's 30 points. Okay, from 370 to 400, that's another 30 points. So this is a stock promising you 60 points by just looking at this monthly CPR, and it has a narrow CPR. Okay, change of character is important. When I tell you guys, oh, we change a trend, you're going to look at the previous days, the counting days, and there's this one, change of character. When it breaks this previous lower high level, either breaking it, touching it, or approaching it. So it can approach it the first time, touch it, or reject it, then try again, and then we know it tries up to 3 times. The third try, you don't want to miss that trade. Okay? And if you look the ATR, so the daily ATR is 18. You want to get the weekly ATR because this stock had been trending down and now it's going up. You get the weekly and even the monthly. So the weekly is 40. Okay, so this week, it went, if you add, it did the 40 this week. When it came to 307, add 40, it was 347. So it came from this to 344. So it rejected, created a lower high. Whenever a stock is not hitting the ATR, then it's a lower high. It pulled back. Okay, so after it pulled back, created a higher low, 314. So now this is a stock that is clearly telling you it wants to go up. So you're looking at the weekly ATR and also the monthly. The monthly ATR for this stock is 92. So of course the month has started, and it started with this stock down here. So when you add 307 plus 92, that is 399. So when you are hitting a higher low, it's telling you this stock is capable of going all the way to 399. Okay, and then after, now you're using these CPR levels, or using all the levels we've learned. There should be no trouble for anyone finding levels, but those should be your checklist. You're identifying the trend. If a stock starts running on a Monday and you don't know, or you're just seeing a stock is running up, you have all the time to know why. Judy is the one who posted there MSTR. And by just looking at the momentum, it was added to momentum. Why? Because it broke character. Okay? So you want to know, why is this stock going up? And if you're looking at these stocks when the market opens, of course, you'll see the stocks running up. You want to find out. If you didn't do your homework, you want to find out. But every Sunday, you want to look at such things. Now, the other thing you look at is the Bollinger Band, the squeeze. Okay, so if you go to, I told you guys, any stock that is any stock that is squeezing on the daily and 4-hour daily, you see here it was squeezing, it dropped. Here it's been squeezing since the beginning of the month, all the way here. Now, you want to know, you want to look at when it's squeezing this level, is it above the 50 moving average, the red one, the basis line, the mid line is the 15-day moving average. So if it's above it, then this is a clear show this stock wants to break out. When you're seeing this on the daily, you're not expecting a 10-point move. The squeeze will be big. It's not can take days. And this is what happened. When it started squeezing, going up, It was just creating higher high, so higher low, higher high, another higher low, higher high, another higher low, higher high. So those are the checklists to do, guys. You don't have to wait for anyone. You guys have the knowledge, and it's just looking for plays. It can be hard to go through all these stocks, and then there's no way I can tell you guys just focus on these stocks only, because we have Bitcoin stocks running up, or we have semiconductors going up, or we have tech stocks going up, or we have the banks. So you want to be an all-rounded trader. For you to be all-rounded means you have to go through many charts, different sectors, to know what is happening so that you don't miss on that move. Okay? I thought I should mention that. Have a checklist that you do every day in the evening or every Sunday and every Monday, because Monday we get the update of the CPR weekly, but the monthly, it means at some point during that month, if it's a narrow CPR, that stock is supposed to break out or break down at some point. So every beginning of the week, you want to add, the weekly will add to when to expect that breakout to happen. Is it happening this week? Is it happening next week? Or when is it happening? But it's just telling you from the list of stocks with the narrow monthly CPR, a breakout is meant to happen at some point between the first and the end of that month. Okay. And then you're looking also, this is a pre-ER move. So this stock is reporting earnings on November. So this can be a run up to ER. Just wanted to mention that. Now, so Microsoft is also in the momentum list. You are establishing the trend. So it's been bearish since July. Okay. So since it hit 366, then we had earnings, and so this is the ER to ER play. From here, from 366 to 311, then it started going back up. So from 311, it was a higher low because it rejected all these previous levels from before. Then it went up. Of course, this is a lower high. It didn't go back to 366. So it came back down. When it came down, when you expect this, this confirms after the pullback, it confirms the bearish trend. Okay, so we are bearish. This stock is bearish. So either we're gonna get a pullback or it will have a bearish continuation because it's bearish. So whatever happens so here, and it's clearly weak because every time it's creating a lower high, a very big gap, 366 and 340, that's 26 points gap. When it pulls back, it breaks the previous support. No, when it has continuation, it breaks the previous support. So it broke this to 311 or something. It broke that 311. Yeah, it broke the 311 to 309. So when you want to know a stock is weak, it's creating lower highs and it's breaking this to create a lower low. So a downtrend, you're creating lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so from 309, when it went back up, and here it had a squeeze and it failed. When you see a squeeze happening and nothing is not breaking out or breaking down, then this is a failed squeeze. Okay, but still it's in this tube. So as long as it's in this contraction tube, it means something can happen. And of course, we're expecting earnings. So, and it's also in a momentum. So that's an indication of this can be a good play. Okay. But when you go to the previous ER, so this is what happened. It went up. Nothing happened. We didn't get a huge move during the earnings. So sometimes I'm not so keen on swinging Microsoft because of that. It's only, I don't know, 2 years or 3 years ago. in May. I'm looking at 4 hours so that we see how what happened. So these earnings in April. So uh it was on a bearish trend, then it was coming back up. So when it pulled back, so there was nothing major happening overnight. It's not like the way Netflix went up all those 50 points plus. So nothing much happened. It created a higher low and then it went up after. So it's usually a good post ER. If you go look like, so this is how you do your analysis for earnings and knowing what to do. You go back, you don't just rely on the previous one. You go back to, you want to see how does this stock react when it reports earnings. Now you see here, we didn't have a major move. Then it consolidated, not breaking this level for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you guys know we count multiple of 3. So if a stock is not breaking a level 3 days, 6 day, you wanna see after the 6th day, on the 7th day, does it break support? It did break out of this consolidation. Then it went down. So you can go all the way back and see. It's the same thing for Microsoft. I never take swings for Microsoft because it doesn't give you those good moves. But now it's on momentum. So I don't know, even we've had stocks in the momentum like Coast when it reported earnings. And then what happened? It didn't have much. And then afterwards, it moved up. So it can pull back and then go back up. That's where we get the IV crash. So I've never done Microsoft swing. I usually wait for post ER. It can be different this time, but because of the trend, it's not at the bottom and it's not at the top. So that's the other thing. So we are not at the bottom where you can, like Netflix, it had been dropping since July. And then we could have anticipated the move. It was either gonna go pull back or continue down. So that was a good one. Then for Tesla, the same thing. So we had hit the top and it was coming down after the pullback, and it had that 1, 2, 3 strategy. So I don't have a strategy for this. And it's been clearly, you cannot like say this is the trend. It's like consolidating because it came from this, went to 340, came to the same level here, broke it slightly, then went up to the same. So it's been consolidating. So it can go either way. Okay. But we've seen even 5 previous earnings. It's never done much overnight. It usually makes the move after market open or a few days. A few days later, even though it's been on momentum, it still hasn't been giving us good points. If you see, we're still having this consolidation. So this is after this gap up, we came down. So since August 18th, it's been consolidating, going up to this level, coming back to the same support, going up to this level, coming down. So probably it can come down to 311, even break, because this was a lower high, 340, and then the next one was 334 something. You see, it's been in this tube consolidating. So 335, 336. So this has been lower high. Even despite it doing a triple, this is 336, 335, 336. This is a triple top. We didn't have a major breakdown. It was a triple top, you expect a big move down. I don't want to call this a big move down. It wasn't. This was just, I think, 10-point move. So this is not 12 points. This is not what you expect from a triple top. So either it doesn't want to go down or it wants to go up. But I've never done a swing for Microsoft. I usually tell you guys the ones I've gambled on. but I always wait after for Microsoft. Okay, the same thing for V. It doesn't it doesn't move as well as Mastercard. So you can just see. So here, this is where it's reported, and then the next day it dropped, then consolidation, and then it went back up. This broke this level, and then came down. So this stock, it's not like MA. It's bullish, yes, it's going up, it's creating higher lows and higher highs. So from from this from this ER, it was going up. So here it had hit 174, so it was going back up. Oh, 202, 234, higher high, 208, higher low, 235, broke it slightly, pull back to 16, higher low, went up to 46. You can see the next earning here, nothing much. Here, nothing much. So this one, we are still, it's not a very strong stock compared when you compare it to the sympathy MA. So it's also not a stock I usually swing. It doesn't give you those moves for swing, but it's a slow moving stock. But you see, after earnings, this one, it came from 227, went all the way to 250. Okay, came down to the same level like a double bottom, and then went up, created a lower high. So sometimes you can get that move going down, but not one of the best stocks for me when it comes to how it moves, and it's not on the momentum list. So this can go either way. Okay. But any stock that is reporting earnings, they are good plays post ER. Even if you're getting a 3-point move, you will see those contracts moving really well. So here, because it's been on a bullish trend and creating, so this to 16, and here it was still a higher low, 228. So it's still on a bullish trend. Um, and you see, this is it was a good 10-point downtrend for pre-earnings. Okay, so it's still on a bullish move, but this is not a stock that you going back. You can go back years and see it doesn't move the same way as MA, but we'll see what happens. So this is not a stock I can swing. Okay, so we don't just do swings for the sake of it. You have to know where you're putting your money. Okay. So Google created all-time high. All-time high 52. This is also another slow-moving stock. They're just some stocks you don't expect them to move, like Meta or Tesla or something. So Google, V. There's some stocks that's not what they are. They are. They don't move like that, and we can't force them. So you have to pick the ones you think that can reward you. So here it moved up. This was in February. And so it went up from 99 to 108. So it usually, if you see it move, it should make a 10-point move or something like that. Less than 10 points. But the problem is anything not giving you 20 points, there's a chance it can go up and then come down. So you get caught in that IV. And I don't want people to lose money over gambling overnight, and you can wait the following day. So this is the ATR is not big enough to make me get into a play and not be worried that I'll not be caught up in an IV because it went up and then it starts coming down. The same thing for Amazon, the same thing since it was they did a split. The same thing for Google, since they did a split. The same thing for Sport. They're not the same stocks because now after the split, their ATR has changed. So they don't make a move the same way they used to when this Google was 1,000 plus. Okay? But it's good post because you identified the trend and then it came down from 108 and then to 88. After that, it was a higher low, went up, broke this, pullback, shallow pullback consolidation, went up to 129. So the key level for this, whenever it breaks 130, it's supposed to go to 135, 140, 144. And I think these are the levels that given at some point, July, August, September. Okay, so 115, higher low, broke this level, went all the way up to it was supposed to go to 144, but it hit 142. So it's the same thing. If you look at the same pattern trend as V, it doesn't move much because the ATR is not that big. Do you want to gamble overnight for it? I wouldn't, but you want to try, it's up to you. I just know where I want to put my money and where I want to stay and wait post ER. So it's created, I don't know if this is an all-time high or 52-week high, or this is the previous high, so 152. And this has, this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So it means at some point we're supposed to go break this level. Okay, so this was the head, 83. It's not a perfect one, but showed right and left and then went back up. So it still has room for 152 because we are at around 140. But would I gamble it overnight? Probably not. But I wait for post-year. For Microsoft, for V, for Google, Sport. I don't even know if I've looked at Sport for so long. Okay. Then this one, this is an interesting one. I know maybe most of you don't know this stock. There's been on a bearish trend. So I like such kind of stocks for earnings because you can clearly see since it reported earnings, so ER to ER, it has been going down from 188 all the way to 146. So of course, I don't think it's in a momentum. Usually by momentum, at least is stocks that break out of certain levels when going back up, or if there was a change of character. But the same way we had Netflix from last earnings coming down. So this one can be a good play. If you look here, it went up slightly and then had that huge drop. Then here it dropped 76, 168, continued dropping for the next 3 days. Here nothing much. So when you're looking from ER to ER, if there's no clear movement, this is where it makes it difficult to know where is it going after, because it's been bullish, then came down, it's still creating higher lows, but there's nothing much happening. It went up and then came down, then consolidation, broke this level, higher high, pull back, higher low, broke this level, higher high. So it's not even, this was like a double chop and it's on a daily. So we came down, we broke this and we broke this level, 159. And then it was going back up, it broke 186. But since then, it's been coming down. So this is where we can get, this I can try because it's been bearish. So even if we get a 50% move, it might not be much, but this can give you 20 points. From 188 to 145, about 40 points. So divide by 2, that's 20. So for me to take a play swing, I would want something that can give me 20 points. So this can, because it's been coming down. So this can be a gamble, because if you look at the contracts, the calls would be probably very cheap. It's been trending down since July. Okay. So this is where you're trading ER to ER. If you've gotten your puts here, buy 3 months out or 6 months out, you will still be holding your puts. Maybe you'll be saying, I'm taking profits and leaving a runner, and then you're hedging it to the call. So this is why I say it's important when you're trading ER to ER. You don't wait for the day of the ER. I know I've said this again and again, but there's no way you can be able to get some of these things cheap if you're waiting for the day off. Okay? For you to be able to do this, you need to put in the time. So you want to see from ER to E. This is why when you're trading one earnings, you don't just drop that stock. You're buying, if you're seeing, oh, this one is going down, let me buy time. You're buying that 3 months out, 6 months out, and you're planning for the next earning. So you're buying like 2 contracts or 3. And then if it's still dropping into like this one, this is the day, this is yesterday, it was still dropping. So you'd come today, if it's still dropping, you're selling and then leaving a runner. Or you can say, okay, I'm going to just sell all the calls and puts and leave and buy a call to gamble. Of course, you've made money with it. It's been dropping for months. Okay. But if you only want to be waiting the day off and you want to gamble every earnings, you'll be losing this money without, you'll not be happy. So this, if you do the 50%, I don't know how the CPR looks like. It has like a narrow CPR. So it's been coming down. And this is a monthly. So it has a monthly CPR. So from this day, when the beginning of the month, you'll be trading puts on this stock. So it was a narrow and a virgin. It opened below the CPR, went to support 1 and touched support 2. Okay? So you'd have made money with this. You're looking at narrow CPR for the month. Trading is work. If you put it on me, you'll miss all these things. You have to put in the time, guys. And you see, it had a narrow weekly CPR yesterday. So when the market opened, it was narrow weekly. So this can be a good play. It was below. It came down to this. For a pullback, yes. Continuation, I don't know how low it can continue. If we look at the previous support, where is it coming from? So it has done a double top bottom because it has retested this level, 145, and it has come to the same 145 here. So below 145, so this is like a triple. Actually, it's a triple bottom. So we have here, here, and here. If it still, if it retains this support, but if it breaks it, you can use this, it will tell you where it came from. So after 145, 4, we have 139, 132. Then there's a gap filled from 119 to 132. So it can continue down to these levels. So you can watch this today, the market hours. Will it continue down? Will it break this support? Because this is a strong support. It bounced off it the first time, bounced off it the second time. Then it's been creating higher lows. And then we finally came back to the same support the third time. So the third try, we'll see, is it going to continue down or is it going to bounce off the same time and go back up because of a triple bottom? So this can be a good play because you can clearly see this stock has been coming down. The other ones that are in between are the ones that are very tricky. So here it had a squeeze on the daily, and I told you guys that a daily squeeze, it can take days, and that's what happened. After it broke out, came all the way down, over 40 points. So going back up, we're looking at this level, 170. The previous lower high level is a 170. That's for TXN. So tomorrow, pre-market, we have BA. BA is another one which can be good because why? We've been trending down for months. So these are the ones you can, I'm like, okay, I can gamble these with a call. So if you had been in put since we've been talking about BA, I think every Sunday we've been counting these. We had a pullback here. It didn't go back to the previous high, of course. So continuation, it broke support. So when you're looking at a pullback, we are looking at, of course, this previous lower high to break change of character, but 50%. So from 243, so 243, I think it didn't break. No, I think it broke. It didn't break 182. Yeah, it broke. So it broke 182 to 178. So from 243, that's 43 points plus 22. So that's 43 plus 22, that's 65. So 65 divided by 2, that's giving us almost 33 points. Just getting their half if we get a pullback because it's been trending down for months. So if we get a pullback, this can give us by just doing the 50%, it can give us 40 points. From 178 plus 40, we are looking at 178 plus 40, that's 8, and then 1 and 211. So 211 is still taking us back to, so our key level is usually 196 or 6, 212. So it's taking us back to that 212 level. So that's a key level. So this can be a good one. I like such because there's a chance that if you are in puts, so from this ER to this ER, if you had bought puts here, 3 months out, 6 months. I know I say this all the time. I don't know if there's anyone who has tried to buy puts 3 months out, 6 months. You are buying at 243. Even if you went out of the money, 220, 210, 200, you will still be making money to date from here, from August up to here. You guys need to try August and September. Just buy puts, buy time, because historically August and September are bearish months. Okay. So this one can be a good play, and I have no idea why BA is doing well. They're getting so many orders, but of course it was time for it to reverse. It became bearish. We've never gone back to those high levels of pre-COVID when everybody was told you need to stay home and not travel. We've never gone back to those levels. So of course this was a lower high. Despite it going up, it was still a lower high. It was even lower than these, and even lower than these, and lower than this. So it's been on a bearish trend since 2019, March. That's how many years? 4 years. So since we hit 446, we came down, lower high, lower low. We reversed here because it dropped all the way from 416 to 89. Okay. Then went back up. 278 is still lower than this level. So we came back down. 313, it was higher than 89. So it went back up. But when it went back up, we did not touch this. We didn't even hit 250. So of course, we've been coming down. So it's been on a bearish trend for 4 years. It sounds ridiculous, but we've been on a bearish trend since 2019. We've never gone back to those high levels. All we've been doing is pulling back and continuing down. So here we created a higher low, we went up, but we still didn't even go close to this. Okay. So now there would not be any surprise if it still keeps going down because we created a lower high. So this is the level we are watching for this is the weekly chart from where we came from here because we broke this consolidation level here. So 118, I know it sounds ridiculous, but if we are coming from 243, we've broken 200 to 178. It's possible if this has taken us a whole 2 months plus. So August, September, October, 2 months to drop. But the reason I say this can be a good one is because it's been trending down and there can be a pullback. And the pullback, if it's promising you anything more than 20 points, the problem is when we had this pullback, we didn't have a change of character. It was a weak pullback. We went 199, didn't even touch 200. Okay? So came down, double bottom, lower high, and then continued down. So we want to see if it can even go all the way to this 199. So this will be our change of character, this 199. But BA, if you look at calls, if you're looking at calls, because tomorrow is Wednesday, if you're looking at even a week out, you would see the calls would be cheap because the stock has been trending down. So this can be a gamble. I know it's not a momentum, it's not in the momentum list, but when you look at that list, is the one that we're either gonna get a pullback and then a bearish continuation. So either whatever you are getting, it can be a lot one. Even yesterday, it was a good play. Okay. Last one. Meta. So clearly it's been on a bullish trend because um, 384. We have a squeeze on the weekly. Oh. We had a squeeze here on the daily. On the weekly, it's squeezing. The last time it had a squeeze in 2021, it went up. So this is weekly. This one candle is 1 week. It kept going up for all these number of weeks from March all the way to August for April, May, June, July. For about 5 months, it was going up. Okay? So you want this squeeze is a good one. I know we looked at some stocks that are squeezing on the weekly. So this is a good thing. So since we hit this we came from pre-COVID, post-COVID, post-COVID, 384 and dropped all the way to 88. Yes, of course it broke 50%. You can clearly see, even from eyeballing, you can just see this is it broke 50%. Okay, so are we going back to this level? On weekly, we have like a double. This is a double top. So this level, we came to 330, July, I think, of post year, and then it came to the same 330. It didn't break it. Okay, so this was a double top on the weekly. So if this is an M, so we went up, we came down, then went back up, double top, then drop. If we're anticipating that, then it means the squeeze will be bearish, we're coming down. Now, it can either be that or we are squeezing, we're going back, continuing up, because we still have room to go back to 380, 84. If we look for the history, I like Mera. So Mera here made me good money, made us good money. Here, good money. I don't know if I swing this time. In April. I remember this one. And of course, this one went up. Okay. So Mera is a good stock. It's on the momentum list. It's a good stock. We went up 330, pulled back 274, went up lower high, pulled back 286, went up, broke 330 to 332. So it clearly wants to go up because it broke the previous resistance. But on the weekly, we have a double top. So this, it didn't break 330. It was at 330. So this was a double top. That's why we had, so this is 330 and this is another 330. So we had a double top. Okay. So it had a 1 to 3 pullback strategy. Three lower lows, but we only got 2. Now I told you guys, don't celebrate this. Okay, so this can be a sign it wants to go back up because this was an inside day. So this one gave us 2 lower lows and an inside day. So an inside day is when you reject this. So we broke 312 and then we came to 3, it was 11 Friday. $306. Okay. So we know it usually fills the gap. Anytime Mera breaks below 315, just hold your puts. It's supposed to go to 305. So here it rejected 305, hit 306, created a high low. That's why we had this move going up. But this was an inside day. Okay. So it only gave us 2 low, is it 2 or 3? 3 lower lows actually. How come we're not seeing this? So I usually don't count these because we had not even broken below this level. So this, for me, this was the first one. It was a double. Anytime you're seeing a double bottom, you can't count it as one. It has to break this level, count 1, 2, and then we had an inside day yesterday. Now, there are people who are telling me, uh, oh, uh, I can't see the lower lows. If you have to be on Heikin-Ashi candles. You can't be on regular candles. You have to be on Heikin-Ashi for you to see these. There are some strategies that don't work with regular candles. With regular candles, you won't even see these higher highs or the lower lows. So please make sure you're using Heikin-Ashi. Then, so this is the thing. It's reporting earnings tomorrow after market close. So today, what happens today is important. Is it going to break? Because we are still not safe. An inside bar, it's constricting. This is inside this. So it created a higher low and a lower high. So what happens today is important because is it going to create another lower high? I mean, another higher low and break this level or go all the way to the 330. The goal when you have after this pullback, or if it's pulling back in between, it's supposed to go back to the previous high. If it doesn't go, then we're expecting a bearish continuation. So what happens today is important. Is it going to break this level to create another lower high? I told you guys, you have to wait all the way to the 4th day. You can't just go by the 3 days. Because the 4th day will tell you if you're having a continuation, we're going back up. So the inside day, yes, it's a good sign. We created a high low, we rejected going lower, but we didn't break this previous lower high level. So it's important to see today, are we going higher or are we going lower? If we're going lower, then there's a chance we're going to be bearish and we're going to continue down to our 286, 274, and so this 274. So just by going by that, this is can give you 20 points plus. It's under momentum, so this can be a good gamble. So far, I only have 3: TXN, BA, and Meta for this week. I know I haven't. I'll look at the other stocks reporting Thursday and Friday, but so far, those are the ones we're gonna talk about today. So when you're, I don't know if there's anyone who even goes to remember, okay, we counted days. Last week Thursday was day 6, change of trend, and then day 1, day 2. Day 2 always expect a bullish move on the day 2. So it's either a bullish move or it can be, if you have a change of trend, we had day 6 here. So day 6, and when was day 6? So this is 20th. Yeah. Wednesday or Thursday. When did I say we have change of character? So day 6. So day 1, if the change of trend happened here, we became bearish. The chances are it will continue with the bearish trend into day 1. Because we changed those, anytime you're seeing on day 6 is a zigzag day, no action, or it's a V or a W, then expect the next week you're going to be bearish. This is what happened the previous week. So this is what happened here. When you're seeing this on day 6, you're going up and coming down. Expect that there's weakness because there's no clear trend. We were not bullish the whole day. We were not bearish the whole day. When you're seeing this mostly comes with indecision. If you look at the candles, you'll see probably it was an indecision day. When you have such a day, just expect the week to be bearish. And that's what happened. We were bearish. So this was day 6, day 1. We were bearish, and then day 2 is always a bullish trend. You will see some stock trying to go back up. Now, if it creates a lower high on day 2, so this was 373, and this was 370. So of course, it's a lower high. You are now gonna continue down. So this is what happened. We continued down. We kept creating lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So this was day 2. Day 3, of course, is the pullback. So if you're seeing day 2, we are creating a lower high, and we're going to day 3 is a pullback. You just get puts. You're just swinging puts. And then we had another lower high continuation. So day 3, day 4 continued with the trend. Day 5, we continued with the trend. Day 6, and then, I don't know where I'm. Yesterday was supposed to be day 2. I know I'm started wrong day 2 weeks ago. But yesterday was day 2. When Thursday was day 6. Friday day 1. Monday day 2. Day 2, always expect a bullish trend, especially if we've been having a bearish trend. Expect some kind of a bullish trend or a pullback on day 2. Okay. If you're seeing a slight pullback and the stock is not going back to the previous support level, then it's a higher low. You can swing a call. And you will see most of these stocks, after the pullback, they are up pre-market. So you're getting that call if you're trading lotos, and then when after the pullback, you're buying yourself time. Because these contracts, or you're buying just Friday expiry. You're buying time. If you're trading QQQN, SPY, always buy time. Don't just be trading the lotos. The lotos will make you money, yes, but also buy yourself time. So we still know we had a double bottom, 351. So that was a double bottom, this support. And we know QQQ, wherever support it comes from, it's supposed to go all the way to 364, 368. Always know these levels. Just know them. I don't know how to explain it. Just know you're trading. Whatever support is coming from, it's supposed to go all the way to 364, 368. For SPY is anytime, I've told you guys, if it's rejecting, yes, we hit 418 the first time, we broke it the second time. But if it's not going from 418, we're supposed to go to 4.8. If you're not going to 4.8, we're getting calls, we're supposed to go back to 430. Just have that knowledge and just trade those levels. I don't know what else to say, because they're just obvious plays. Anytime we're rejecting, or if we're not staying below 418, SPY will always try to go back to 430. Okay? So of course the setting is nothing. I've not touched anything. There is nothing changed for this Bollinger Band. The setting is the same. Nothing have changed. There's some indicators that don't touch anything. Okay, so this one will show you the buy and sell. This is what you're seeing, the buy and sell. If you want, you can use the exponential moving average. I just don't use it because I don't want to have too many lines. But if you want, you can use the exponential moving average. So it will give you levels based on the EMA. But I've not done anything on it. The settings are the same. So SPY, whenever it's coming from 418, it is supposed to go back to 430, guys. So of course it tried the first time. It's a lower high, clearly. 424 is not 430. When it pulls back and it's not going back to this level, it's a higher low. Swing calls or trade calls or buy time after this, it's supposed to head back to 430. Now, after stocks have been trading down for a couple of days, you're counting at least 3 days of pulling back. Guys, multiple of 3. It will save you guys a lot of headache. Just those people who are saying, oh, I only have 15 minutes to scalp. Then these are the knowledge you want to use to buy yourself time, and you can be in that trade longer. You're waking up to money. We came down. If you're having a pullback, expect it for 3 days. That's how we've been counting, and that's what happens. So we can count from all this. We had this, when we hit this top, we had this consolidation, then we started dropping. So going back up, because we've seen it rejected the 418, we broke it, but it didn't stay longer below it. It went back up. We're going back up. The key level is to go back to 430. If we reject 430, then we're having bearish continuation. Any questions? If I change settings on an indicator, I will tell you guys change the settings. But if you see me not saying anything, just it's the default settings. I haven't changed anything. Okay, so today I know I said I'll do the ER analysis last night, but I have a sick child. She has an ear infection that is not going away, and it's just making her miserable. So that's momentum stocks, guys. If whatever you're trading, make sure you're trading a momentum stock. It means that stock can move. The momentum is not the same with the stocks that are doing double, I mean an M or a W. And if it's a stock with a good ATR, if it's a stock a daily ATR is 10 or the weekly ATR is 2040, those are the stocks to look at. Lilly, Lulu, UNH, Costs, Nvidia, AVGO, those are momentum stocks. They move and fill those gaps. I don't trade that stock. I know it's reporting earnings, but not every stock I look at it because when you look at some of these stocks, they don't have volume. So why, even if it's reporting earnings, you might not get the same volume. You can trade it and look at it, but that's how it is. I'm not saying you only look at the stocks I talk about, Judy. You can look at it if you want, but I don't look at all stocks reporting earnings. I focus on the ones I know they can promise money, post, pre, and Lotto. Or any stock reporting earnings, you're looking at it from, if possible, 2 weeks before, a month before. We've seen how some stocks are moving ER to ER. But if you're just waiting for the day off, there's nothing that comes easy. You have to put in time, guys. I have to go.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.